Hi everybody, welcome to my May Beauty Faves, Fails and Updates. So I've been testing out, as usual, quite a lot of new releases over the month of May. And today we're going to talk about my favourites, my standouts, and some of the fails or some of the ones that just needed updates because I needed to test them more from the first time that we spoke about them. And today I have something I always do, but I just want to really demonstrate it a bit more today. I've got two straight trays here to the left and the right of me. On the left, I will be putting the products that are going to go away in my beauty room and be used for future comparisons and things like that. But on my right, it's going to be the products that I want to reuse because they're too good to be put away. So to give you an idea, some of them might go in that tray if I just need to try them a bit more. But on the whole, it's going to be the ones that need to be used more because I love them. I think that always gives you a good idea. Some of them I can actually slot into my desk because some of these already actually become so well used that they've got a place on the top of my desk amongst the mess that you don't see, thankfully. So let's get started. My name is Hannah. If you're new to this channel, I'm 49 and here on my channel I show you lots of new releases and I always give updates just like this, not just monthly ones, but I give you ones throughout the year and at the end of the year as well. And I review mostly luxury makeup, but I do some affordable as well. I cover mostly makeup, but I do skincare, devices, fragrances, all sorts of things really, but mostly my favourite thing is makeup. And if you enjoy that sort of content, I upload here several times a week and I would be ever so pleased if you did subscribe to my channel. But if you're already subscribed, welcome back and thank you for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you. I really do. Anyway, let's dive straight into May faves and fails and updates. Here it is. So here is the basket of products that I've put together for this video. I think they're all in here. It does seem like quite a small amount, so I think I haven't included everything I've tested, but forgive me, I've been on holiday this month, so I know that I've got some of the best ones here, but if there's something I've reviewed in May that I haven't talked about and you're surprised, give me a nudge. Is that okay? But if there's something I've reviewed very recently and it's not in this video, that's because I consider it way too soon to add into the May favourites. If I tried it very late towards the end of May, it has to go into the June video for me. So let's see. Let's start with skincare. So the first one, you might have heard me talk about this one, and I think going by how much is in there, you're going to have a clue about what I think about this. I don't know if I mentioned this actually in my last video, but I still feel I have to talk about it because I know I was using this the month before. But this is the Tatcha, the Milky Sunscreen. This is just so good. They didn't have a discount, I don't think, but they had an offer where you get a free lip mask. And I literally bought 2 more to get my free lip mask, but that wasn't really why, because I knew I was going to buy backup. So that's why I did it, to get my little freebie. And I got a little oh, it's on my bag over there. I won't go and get it now. But anyway, I got a little case for the lip mask, which was really cool to put on my bag. But anyway, this SPF, it doesn't argue with any of my products. I can put it underneath all my foundations. But what is the standout for me about this one is most days, and I say most because there are some products that don't meet this, but nearly all days I didn't need a primer because this is so hydrating. It is gorgeous. It works as an SPF and a primer. I put at least 3 pumps on my hands to do my face, and then I do my neck as well. I've just got back from a holiday where we had incredibly high temperatures, surprisingly high temperatures for France and Spain. It was hitting one day in direct sun 45 degrees in one day in direct sun, and I had this. I had an open top. I didn't burn face or neck, so it works. But it's just beautiful. It's so lovely to put on. I mean, I'll show you the formula. I mean, I love the Milky range from Tatcha. You can see there how lightweight it is. My skin, 3 pumps of this might seem like a lot, but you do need plenty of SPF and the correct amount. But my skin, you'll see now, it just absorbs it so quickly. It's so refreshing, it's so creamy, but it's lightweight. There's no white cast, you can see. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I'm addicted. I don't need to put it in the tray because I'm coming to, in fact, I can show you here. I've got my next one lined up, ready, unopened, next to it where I keep my daily things. So over it goes with my daily things. Next, we have another skincare product, which I cannot place. Where have I put it? That's a good start, Hannah. That's a really good start. I got the spray out. There it is. So this is the Barrier Bioactive Mist from You Beauty. So you'll see from this I haven't used it much, simply because they gave me a travel size one as well, and I took that one on holiday, and I've left it somewhere to take for my next holiday, because I only used a tiny bit, to be honest. I don't use it all the time. What do I use this for? I don't use this to set my makeup. I use it to refresh and give me hydration, and it's got all sorts of good ingredients, which I haven't written down at the moment, but anyway, it's got all sorts of fabulous ingredients for protecting the skin barrier. So this can be used, I wouldn't say to set your makeup, but whilst you're doing your makeup, if you're somebody who needs that hydration throughout, especially if you're using powders, you could put this on first, then makeup, halfway through before the powder put this, and at the end you could do 3 layers. That's what I do with my Delilah mist, which I love. This is quite a fine mist, not quite as fine as Delilah, but it is quite fine. It's not a complete spray to the face. Let me put some on, let me show you. When I say it's not a complete spray to the face, it is a spray to the face. What I mean is it's not a jet spray. It's very, very, very nice. And it's, well, the ingredients, obviously, if you've got SPF on though, how much do you benefit from them after you've done your makeup? But you can put it on first and during as well. But if your SPF is your first, which it is with me, I don't know how much you absorb the goodies, but I love it anyway. There's no fragrance. I have a discount code with You Beauty. It is HannahM20 for 20% off. So all of the discount codes I've mentioned and all the products I'm mentioning are in the description box below. So do look below for the details of these. But yeah, You Beauty is a really good brand. They have some lovely skincare. So this one's actually gone right next to my SPF. So that gives you an idea of what I think of that one. Now, Makeup Forever. I haven't reviewed this on my channel because this launched just before I went away, and I literally tested it the day I went away. And if any of you saw, I did a check-in video the day we arrived in Southampton, where we were staying before we left, and it was really hot. We had a heat wave here in the UK, so we got a very good test that day. I did mean to take it on holiday with me and wear it a lot and test it more, and I forgot to take it with me. But the 8-hour check-in, if anyone saw that, you'll find it in my shorts reels here on YouTube, but also on TikTok and Instagram on my accounts. The check-in for this was phenomenal. So I've actually got it on today, and I still feel I need to test it a bit more, so this one might turn up next month, but I thought I can say enough about it to talk about it. What I don't think is great is that this shade, what shade have I got? 102C Ivory, which is for fair skin with cool undertones. I think this is way too warm for something that says it's for cool undertones. It's too warm. And I think it almost gives me a slight bit of a tan effect on my skin. It's not a match. Like, I've now lost the tan. I was wearing fake tan and I've lost it now. So this, I'm slightly red here naturally, but this gives you an idea of my natural skin tone. And I think if you look at my face, it does look a little bit warmer than the rest of my body, and that's because of this. So I don't think the shade is a brilliant match. It's too warm. So we do have a problem there, because this is obviously a cool tone, and this happens all the time, doesn't it? But the formula is lovely. It's really nice. It doesn't blend out quite as easily and perfectly as something like the Victoria Beckham, and nothing ever seems to match with that. But it's beautiful. It really has, it just lasts, it gives you a glow all day. And the description of it, because I didn't do a review, I will give you a bit more details on this one. So €45, £40 and $49 price. Does contain niacinamide though, so it's worth knowing that. And 24 hours hydration, it promises. Long-lasting shine control. I mean, it says shine control. I feel like it's quite shiny. But anyway, water-based formula, wet pigment technology for Longwear. I agree, Longwear, it really wears beautifully. Skin balancing complex with skincare ingredients. Skincare in foundation usually means it works well on my skin. Whether you benefit from them on top of your SPF is another matter. Designed to stay even throughout the day. I think it absolutely stays even throughout the day. And the key call-out ingredients: hyaluronic acid, peptides, niacinamide, blueberry seed oil, and cherry flower extract. Good news for some of you, not so good for others, especially niacinamide. It's becoming quite an issue for people who don't get on with niacinamide. It's turning up in just about everything, which is a shame. Anyway, packaging's very nice. It says that this will adapt to all skin types, give you a natural finish. I agree with that, that melts into the skin. It definitely does. Helps to smooth the skin and tighten the appearance of pores. Maybe it's just overstretching a bit with the skincare promises on top of SPF, you know. Offers comfort throughout the day. Yeah, it does. It's lovely. Will it become a favourite? No, it won't, because the shade isn't right. It's a little bit more coverage than I choose these days. I'd say it's medium coverage. But I think this could be something for going by how good it looked by the end of a day where I've been travelling in the heat, out walking. It was incredibly hot that day in Southampton. And the way it looked, it was so good by the end of the day. So maybe this is something I would think about for those sorts of days. I think it's, yeah, I don't know where I'd place it in my favourites, but it's a really, really good one. But it doesn't blend out quite as quickly as something like my Victoria Beckham, and I do feel it emphasised pores a bit. So today I went in, which I do anyway with most days, I went in with my Delilah Wake Up Secret Skin Smoother, which helps to blur pores, and I put some there and then immediately it looked better. But before I added this, you could see my pores and texture in this area very highlighted. So I don't think it's very blurring. It's just very natural, but not as natural as Victoria Beckham, but a natural glow with more coverage than Victoria Beckham. That would be my best way of describing it. It's very nice. And I'm going to keep it on my desk. I'm going to just test it more. So it's not going left, right, anywhere. It's staying on my desk with a group of other products I feel I need to test more. Right, so what else have we got here? Of Jones Road foundation sticks. Now, I probably do need to put these on. I will keep these on my desk and test more. I feel like I can't say much about these because I reviewed them and I absolutely did not like them. I felt that these were a balmy mess. I've got Fair and I've got Bisque. Fair was my better shade. I wanted to be sure. Still a bit warm though. That's Fair. I think Fair was my favourite shade. I can't even remember. Oh no, Bisque might be better. Let me have another look. Oh, Bisque is better for me, I think. Yeah, Fair is too deep. Bisque is better, but neither of them are cool enough. But I just don't like them. I will try them again, I will. I think that's all I'm going to say on that, because you might ask me for an update, but I feel like I'd be dishonest if I gave you one, because I've only tried them twice. The second time I tried them was when I was going for a sort of no makeup look, and I put it in with my fingers, and it was just okay, but I felt like it vanished after a few hours. It doesn't give much coverage, it's very slippy. I don't think it works that well with all of my other products. I just don't like it. That's all I'm going to say for now. Let's just leave it there. It's not going in the never to be tried again. It's going in the give it another chance, Hannah, because so many people love it. So that's what's happening to that one. Now, as for one that absolutely doesn't need to be tested again, but it's going to be... Right, it's on my desk, isn't it? It's not in my pile. It's on my desk because I've been using it so much, and it is somewhere here. Oh dear. Well, I didn't put it in the basket. I've actually already put it next to my Victoria Beckham, so there's your answer on what I think of this one. This is the Lancôme foundation stick. I think this one is absolutely gorgeous, and this one actually is giving Victoria Beckham a tiny run for her money. It hasn't quite beaten it, but it's so incredibly close, and some of you prefer it when I put it on. I took this one on holiday, I took Victoria Beckham on holiday, and I was just going between the two, and some days I almost preferred it. It is so good. So the shade I've got, I cannot read for the life of me. Oh dear me. Here we go. The shade I have got is number 100. Okay. What does it say about it? It's 24 months shelf life, but this would probably last a lot less long if you use it all the time. I do think I've used quite a lot of that. That's all that's left. I'm going to compare it to the other shade I got to see the size difference. But anyway, this shade, which looks really pale, I know, but it works. It's not quite as cool as it could be. I do again think my shade with Victoria Beckham is slightly better, but it just works. It just works. Don't ask me how, because it doesn't look like a perfect match. But this formula is just beautiful. It is a bit blurring. My skin just loves it. It goes on in seconds. It's so easy. It lasts all day. It looks gorgeous by the evening. I absolutely adore it. It's phenomenal. I love it. I prefer it to the... In fact, I did a test side by side in my last video on my channel where I did a full get ready with me on my holiday. I did this one side and Dior the other, because I was about to say I prefer it to the Dior foundation stick, which was my #1 foundation until Victoria Beckham came along. I definitely prefer this. This is, for me, the best foundation stick on the market. Fact, in my opinion. Let's have a look at the shade that doesn't work for me, so we can see how much. Oh, but then I did use that one a few times. So let me have a look at the other one. Bear in mind, I test so much foundation, I don't whiz through them at the same rate other people might. Oh, okay, I'm a bit surprised now. Part of me starting to think, did I don't know. Did I take this one on holiday or that one? I didn't, I took this one. I don't know. There doesn't seem like a lot of product, does it? I've just heard people saying you whiz through this quickly, but anyway. I think the reason that they're both looking quite well used is because when I first got it, I got it in this darker shade, which is too deep for me. I'll show you. And I used it a lot because I loved it. But then I decided I will go for a cooler one. So that one that's too dark for me, that's shade 02. Anyway, I will put shade 02 to be put away, so that can go in the side tray, but the other shade is over there to be used all the time in regular rotation because it's fabulous. So let's go to the next one. Now we're moving on to these wonderful products. I forgot to pack these on holiday and I was so cross with myself. These would have been used all the time. And this is the Guerlain Météorites, the pressed version. Now, these can be used as setting powder. This is the, let me show you the two shades I got. They both work on me, but I got this one, which is supposed to be Cool Rose, and I don't think it is cool, it's slightly warm. And then this one, which is the translucent, which is the lightest. It's just called translucent, isn't it? Yeah, 01. The one I would have taken on holiday would have been this one. This one is, I would use that one as a finishing powder only because of the warmth, and use it to sort of, I might do it now actually. I don't have any finishing powder on. You can use it as a setting powder though. I did test it. If you want to see my full review on my channel, I did test this as a setting powder and it really does a good job. Now, I haven't got my face fully set today because I've got creams and I wanted to keep the glow, but if you use that to tap around the edge of things like your blush, it's just so good. Obviously you can buff it, but I'm just going to tap it for now. And then if you want to go in with translucent, the packaging as well is unbeatable packaging. It is so pretty, and it's my favourite packaging from the Météorites boxes that they ever came out with, because they have it in the tubs as well. Oh, this brush is wet. What can I use instead? Okay, I'll go in with this one. So this is the translucent, and you can use this to set under the eye, and it's really brightening. Can you see that's already brightened that side a bit more? It's very, very highly perfumed, but these are absolutely gorgeous. I was so cross I didn't bring these. I wouldn't personally use them as my setting powder though. I would stick with using them as my finishing powder and just add a pop of brightness there. But if you wanted to use them as setting powder, I think they work really well. Just make sure you have the right shade. And if you're my skin twin, it's this one. So that's not going in any trays either, because that was already in my setting powder drawer. Then moving on to one I've had to pull out of that drawer and it's going straight back, is one I would use regularly for under the eyes, setting everything full face. This does every single thing I could want it to, and this is the new one from Delilah Cosmetics. You know I love Delilah. I knew this was going to be magic when I heard all about it from the brand owner. This was the product when I was invited to meet Delilah that they had in the wings, that they had only had one sample that they sent it around for all of us to have a look at. There was just one in the whole building, and we were all so paranoid touching it in case it fell. But we knew then that it was going to be good. I've used this so much. I think there is a little bit of a dent in the middle, but I was thinking, am I going to hit pan already because I can see something? But it's still going. But I'm using it all the time, and I'm using it to fully set the face and under the eyes, and it's phenomenal. I would go as far as to say this is the best pressed powder for doing everything that I've tried. It is blurring, but it also isn't cakey and heavy. It's got hyaluronic acid in it, so it's a bit hydrating, so it's not one of these really drying powders, but it does the same sort of job. It's brilliant for touch-ups, it's just brilliant for everything. I love it. And I've got a discount code with Delilah, which you can use on both the US and the UK websites, and that will be in the description box below. I can tell you what it is now. Hand Beauty 22. Just one long word, Hand Beauty 22. But anyway, love it. It's phenomenal. And the name, did I tell you the name? Delilah Pure Touch Hyaluronic Pressed Powder. And they did gift that to me for transparency. They always gift me their new products because they're very generous with me, Delilah. But I love Delilah. I love them. Right, on to another setting powder. I've got really mixed feelings now about this one. I took this on holiday and I did use this a lot. And that was the NATASHA DENONA. You can see I've used a lot of it, look. The NATASHA DENONA, what's the full name? HY-GLAM setting powder. Firstly, I bought the set with the brush and the puff. I wouldn't bother getting it. I've never gone back and used the puff much at all. So I'm just going to add it to my puff drawer in case I need a puff. But I would use it more for applying cream products or for using excess cream. It's too thick to be used as a puff, even though it worked really well when I demonstrated it. I think it did, but I'd rather use brushes for my powder. So, and it comes in a nice travel box, but I don't think I need it, so that can go away. But now as for the powder, firstly, I really don't like the box. It takes me about 3 hours to put the lid back on, and even though it's got a nice closure here, I don't like the fact that this bit doesn't actually come off. So you have to hold it in place to then tap it in, and you have to tap it about 20 times to get any out, which again, I just find a bit irritating. And then I bet I'll do it now. I can never get it back on correctly. Watch, oh, there we go. I was going to say, watch me do it in one go, because I swear I don't have ever got this back on easily. It drives me round the twist. But anyway, let's talk about the product. Why I've got mixed feelings about this. Is it waterproof? Yes, it is. And yes, I've tested it. Did I try this in the humid weather? Yes. Did it last all day? Yes. Did my makeup look the same as when I applied it? Yes. It's really good. But I think it looks a bit too cakey and heavy compared to the Delilah, for instance, which lasts just as well for me. Maybe this one's a bit more bulletproof in terms of when you've got if you're in humid conditions or it's raining. I think it's probably the most waterproof, most long-lasting powder I've tried. But the other thing with this one is the blurring seems to be a little bit temporary. You do see, I still can't get this lid on. You see the blurring when you apply it, but it just doesn't seem to last quite as well. But the locked-in effect lasts. I'm going to throw it across the room in a minute. In fact, somebody said they were going to buy it based on how good it is for being waterproof, finally. And they were going to depot it, having seen people like me getting frustrated putting the lid on. But the packaging needs sorting out, it's a nightmare. I'm putting in my left tray. I just want to go back to using my Delilah and my Fenty. They're the best, and they can't be beaten. And I've also got that Guerlain Météorites now, so no. I might pull it out if I'm going to a very hot climate again. Other than that, I won't be using that one anymore. And this onto a product I've used constantly pretty much, and that is the Vieve Contour Stick. This is in the very lightest shade 0, is it? I can't read that. It's the lightest shade anyway, 020 I think it says. Is that right? Or 02? Anyway, it's fair. I don't know what number I was reading, but this is fair. It's in a bit of a mess, but I thought I'll just show you how it looks, because that will show you how much I use it. I don't know how much is left, because I've used this every single day since I got it, and I bought it as soon as it launched. This will be interesting. That's how much is left. I don't know how much was in it though. But yeah, I've used this a lot. I don't know how. I think I'll just keep using it and see how long it lasts. But anyway, this is probably one of the best shade matches I've ever found in a contour for me. It's exactly the right amount of coolness. All I would say though is it's not quite as pigmented and maybe not as long lasting as my favourites, but it's not far off. And I'll show you my favourites, which have sat on my desk ever since getting them. One of them is the House Labs. I did do a comparison video. The House Labs, I think the Vieve is even cooler. So House Labs was the best shade match I've ever found, and now I'd say it's Vieve. But House Labs has more pigment, and I feel like I get a bit more impact. I have to build up Vieve a lot. I have to put a lot on, and I think I'm using twice the amount I do of the House Labs. So there is that, and I think that's one of the reasons I might not repurchase the Vieve after. I don't know. I think probably wait and see on that, but I don't know if I'd repurchase. But still, my favourite is the Dior, which isn't the best shade. This is in Fair. It's not the best shade out of the three. You can see it's the warmest out of the three, but it's the best formula. It's the most complimentary on the skin. I just adore it, and nothing's beaten it yet. It's still unbeatable. But in terms of shade, it's not as perfect. So Dior needs to take a look at Vive's colour. Match that Dior and you'd be amazing. But anyway, I still prefer it. So let's move. Oh, Dior. Jones Road blush sticks. Well, they're over here in a pot already, because these are products I've tested and I want to keep using. They haven't quite made it to my desk for permanent use, but they are, I must keep using them. So I don't know if you just saw the entire collection of the Lisa Eldridge blush sticks, because I love those. And there's some of the lip products, but I won't go into all that now. But the Jones Road blushing sticks, I think these are phenomenal. I love them. I really do love them. But there is just one product that takes up my drawer space, which we will be looking at in a minute, which is just that bit better. This one is the Pretty shade. I'll just show you one. So this has quite a natural finish, not overly matte, not overly glowy. It's just a sort of perfect blush formula. Very easy to blend out. You can even dab a little bit of these onto the lips and have them have a cohesive look. I think it's a gorgeous formula. I love the packaging. It's really duddy, magnetic closure. I love it. I love Jones Road. That's why I was a bit gutted about that foundation stick not working, because I think they're a fantastic brand and they keep coming out with winners. I've got products sitting here that I've never taken off my desk from Jones Road, and like this one, I always talk about this, but it was limited edition. This Dusty Rose bronzing gel, which I thought was so gorgeous. I will buy a lifetime supply of this if they bring it out as a permanent one. They are such a good brand. I love them. But I've got 4 of these blush sticks and they're staying on my desk to be used regularly because I really like them. So I say my desk, my second desk, my mess desk behind me. But I want to keep using them because I really like them. Right, what's next? Oh, Violette. So I'm not talking about the blush, which I would be doing for next month because I've only just started testing that really. We are talking about the eyeshadows. This is basically the same formula as the blush. Very similar. I love it. I mean, they are beautiful. If you want the easiest eye look you've ever done, the quickest, easiest eye look, you won't get easier than these. The formulas are so smooth and so even as well. They're gorgeous. So if you just want to quickly swipe it on and be done in probably 10 seconds, that's what these do for you. What they don't do though is hang around for too long. So when I tested these, I got some of, that was one of the metallics, but I got some of the matte finishes. To see, I did get 5 of them, didn't I? I went a bit mad because I love Violette FR. Oh, this is one of the matte ones. And when I tested this one is the shade Charbon Fumé, I think. I thought this one was the perfect sort of liner shade for me. It's so easy to apply as a liner, but it disappears as a liner in no time. Okay, they're eyeshadows, they're not liners, but I thought it was going to be my perfect cream liner, but I have to say I haven't gone back for them because longevity is something I need, I want. I don't want it to move in my crease and be gone, even though you could just easily add a bit more. They're very easy, natural type makeup, but I do prefer a bit of longevity, and no matter what you do with these, whatever you put underneath, they don't really hang about. So I don't know, it depends on what, if you're happy with the movement, they're phenomenal, they're gorgeous, I love them. I don't know, I feel a bit funny saying I'll put these away, so do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put these, I've got this sounds so complicated, and to be honest I confuse myself, but I've got a tray of not going into my top drawer or on my desk, but give it another whirl sort of tray. I've got one of those to add to my money trays, so I think that's where they're going. So they will get tried again, but if I'm being honest, I don't think I'd use them because of the longevity issues. The blush, on the other hand, completely different story, but that will be coming up next month. But I don't think I'll be saying that about the blush. I love it. We had 3 new eyeliners from Lisa Eldridge, and this one, all 3 came on holiday with me, by the way. The best one by a country mile, I absolutely love it, is this violet one. I think, is it called Violet? Lilac, sorry, Lilac Time. Of course I was going to love it because I'm obsessed with lilac. I put this in my waterline in about 5 of my looks on holiday. I love it in the waterline. I also adore it if you've got quite a light sort of brown. One of my favourite looks actually was using, which we'll talk about in a minute, one of the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow pens, which don't move, the mattes anyway. Putting a base down, just a light brown base, and then just this. The 2 things together, they last all day, simple and just so good. So I was putting this in the waterline, then bringing it up for a bit of a wing, and then taking it across the whole of the eye for quite a thick line, just with a brown background. That look alone is so easy and so gorgeous. I absolutely love it. It's just one of the best eyeliners ever. I think it's stunning. And I'm just keeping it literally on the top of my desk because I just want, I'm not even going to put it with my eyeliners over there, which are like my permanent eyeliners. At the moment, it's just, Hannah, remind yourself to use that as much as you can because it's amazing. And the other 2 colours that launched, I haven't used these as much, even though I love them. This one, oh, so nice. All 3 of them are stunning. For me, I think they're my favourite 3 shades that Lisa's come out with in her eyeliners. This one's Patina. I really need to try this and this with Betty, and I still haven't done that. I need to do it. I think that's one of the reasons they're on my desk, reminded me. And then we had this, is it a metallic olive? Oh, so good. This one I've used a lot. This one is enigmatic olive, but it's, yeah, it is a metallic. They're so good. And also I noticed I had more longevity from these than I used to get from Lisa, so I don't know if she's changed the formula, because I always felt the longevity was lacking a bit for me with Lisa's eyeliners. But I wouldn't say they're Victoria Beckham level of longevity, but they're not quite as creamy as Victoria Beckham. And like, you know, with Victoria Beckham it can take a bit longer sometimes to style them because they slide away. These ones, I feel like I don't even need a brush to go in afterwards. It's just done. They're so easy. Oh, they're really good. I love them. On to what's on my eyes right now. You haven't seen me talk about this, but I literally this morning filmed this look. And I also filmed a swatch video for it. So you might even see those after you see this. I'm not sure. But Glaminatrix, I'm on the PR list for Glaminatrix, and they sent me this. I'm not a massive fan of these names. So this one's Silent but Deadly. I'm not a fan of the names. And I know when they did this, it's like an April Fool's joke, and then it turned into, everyone thought it was so funny, they kept it. And I get it, I get it's funny. My son finds it funny. Some of you might find it funny. But they're names like, I'm not going to say them, I'm just going to show you them. Have a look at some of the names of these powders. I don't personally want to do an eye look saying, now I'm applying XYZ. They're not my thing in terms of names, okay? Let's just forget the name. Their formulas are phenomenal, and I know when they did one of these play on word type ones before, was it the Tones of Turd it was called, they brought it out in a different name with normal names. So I don't know if they've done it for this, but if they have, either way I recommend it because they're so good. And the way I sort of see this is that each row of 3 is a look, because you've got your blues, your pinks, your greens, your purples, and this one, which is, well, this duochrome. This is what I've got on my eyes. I've mixed it up today, so I've got this one in as my transition. I built this one up a bit in the outer V there, just a little bit. This one all over the lid, which is just stunning. And then I used this grey to line underneath and just put a bit of a line there. They are so good, these formulas, especially these. Wow, I love them. I absolutely love them. Let me just, in case you don't see my swatch video, let me just show you. I'll show you 3. Or shall I show you 4? This one here is the one on my eyes. Look at the green. Look at this one. This one's the blue and that one's the pink. It's the only one I didn't take from the middle. There was the purple. Look at that. That's what I've got on my eyes. And they're not really bitty either, so you're not going to get bits of glitter all over your face and down your face either. I didn't get any fallout applying it today. Look at them. I mean, indie brands have some sort of secret ingredient that nobody else has got, because they are just something else. They really are. But let me get the purple one. Let's not leave it out. It's just not my favourite shade, I suppose, but it might be yours. Look. Look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? So yeah, thank you Glaminatrix for sending me that again. I have so much fun playing with Glaminatrix palettes. So needless to say, this is going in my continue to use. I've only tried it once so far for this one look, so I need to try the greens. I mean, that is just an easy green look. Transition, all over the lid, line, done. I have to try that green look. And the blue. I just have to play more with this palette, so of course I will be. So that's going into the reuse, and I do have a discount code they gave me as well, 10% off with Hand Beauty 101. So there we go. Thank you to them. Now on to Charlotte Tilbury. So I bought 3. They sent me 4 afterwards in PR, and this is my current situation, which might give you a little indication of what I think of these. I think they're the best eyeshadow pens as a base ever. The mattes, that's my main thinking, the mattes. The shimmers, not so much longevity wise, but I still love them. So the mattes though, when I was on holiday, I took just one of them. Now I've got so many of them in a pot, it's going to be I'm going to have a job finding it. The one I took was, there we are, I picked it up straight away, well done me. Mink Sculpt. I wore this every single day of my holiday. And I wore it in the run-up. I'm just going to see how much is left. Loads. I've worn this in more looks than I've worn any eyeshadow pen in my life. There's loads left. And every time I've put it on, everyone said it's the best base. And it is. It is so good. Look at this colour. And this doesn't budge. I won't be able to get that off the rest of the video, so I won't put any more on now because it's so difficult to get off. These are so good. Yesterday I did a what was it called? A challenge video, because Charlotte Tilbury sent this out with the PR. It's a 30-second timer, and the challenge was, can you show everyone that you can do an eye look really with these in 30 seconds. So I managed to do an eye look in less than 30 seconds, which is almost unheard of. That was if I just used one colour. But what I did afterwards was went in, I think it was this one, is that Chestnut? Oh no, that's Astral Topaz. That's the one I used the first time. Astral Topaz. I will swatch them. I just won't be able to do any more swatches for the rest of the video if I fill my hand up. Astral Topaz is a metallic, but it's a brilliant liner shade. And in this area, actually, it does last. It's in the crease, the metallics do move. But the mattes don't for me. They just don't budge. Where's the one I tried yesterday? Is this it? Because I'm trying to figure out. No, that's Bronzed Garnet. I haven't tried that one yet. Like I said, I was sent some and I've gone back and bought the rest. There's Bronzed Garnet. I mean, I thought we had some good base products, but these are the base products for me. They're just so good. Where are you, Chestnut? Why can't I just find you? I think it must be this one. Yeah, Chestnut. There we go. This one is a liner. It's definitely officially my favourite. And they don't budge. They are going to last you all day. And this is such a good liner shade. And they are so creamy. So this one, or any of them, as a one and done. And then this one, or the Astral Topaz, is a liner. But Astral Topaz, like I said, is the metallic, so it won't be as good. But the matte, the Chestnut matte, that won't budge. It'll be there when you go to bed. They are so good. I love the packaging. I love the fact, even though I'm struggling to work them out because some of these shades are new to me, but I love the fact they've got the colours. So I've got the entire collection now in my little cup. This is a special cup that my mum bought for me when we went on a trip to a pottery. So I've had it in my cupboard and I thought I need something to put this in. I thought Charlotte Tilbury's very pinky, isn't she? So it works. I think my son's here with a doggy. Let me go and see. So now on to Dior, which is quite easily the launch of the year. As in, what's made me the most happy, what I've wanted to use the most, what I could just use every day of my life. It was the year before when they did this, but they recently launched highlighters. I wouldn't say that's the launch of the year because it's not, but I've kept 3 of them. So I'm only showing you the ones that I've kept immediately in my top drawer. So I kept this one, which is the minty one. Let me just double check what it's called. It is called, she says, she can't read it, glazed mint, isn't it? Yeah, glazed mint. Now, all of these, I think they almost perform so similarly because they just don't have much pigment at all. You sort of see a bit of that. Now, I've kept it because it's quite a cool tone, and I do like a cool tone highlighter. They're very, very complimentary. They're very easy to apply. They give a lovely natural finish. So I really like them. Do they replace the liquid ones? Not really, but for now I've put the liquid ones away. I had a few of my favourite liquid ones out in my drawer and I literally have run out of space. So I've swapped for now and I'm using these. So the 3 I've kept is, this one's the lavender, which does have more of a slight pinky finish. So on top of a pink blush, I would go with that one. This one, if I'm just trying to cool something up a bit more, you can just ever so slightly see the colours in them. But I was a bit disappointed in the pigment because I know the highlighters, but some of the colours were a lot more bold and you just don't see them enough. So the other one I've got is the glazed pink. So pink, mint and lilac. So there's the pink. And they're for me, if you're my skin twin, these are the best. The coolest being the lilac and the mint. The pink is a bit warmer, but still sort of neutral, I'd say. They're the best ones, I think, to use as highlighters specifically, but the deepest shade, which I thought could work as a blush, didn't because the pigment was really lacking. So that was a shame. But the highlight for me was the new shades of the blushes and the powders. I have not put these down. And whilst I thought Dragon Fruit was very similar to the mauve that we had for Christmas, that's one of the ones I've used the most because we also have it in a cream. So on holiday, I would say my most worn colour of the week was the Dragon Fruit powder. And I changed, which they're so adorable. I just adore them. I changed the combinations every day, but that was the one I used the most. So that one's the Dragon Fruit, and here's the Dragon Fruit stick. And my preference is to use the stick on top of the powder, which is what there it is on top. And then it's hard to see with all this mess on my hand, isn't it? And then you can go in with, say, the pink on top, the highlighter. As I put a few videos out, you'll be able to see about 4 of them on my channel in shorts. They're all called the Dior Triple Glow, and I did different combinations. I could have just kept doing those, honestly. So I wanted to show you the colours that made it into my drawer. So Dragon Fruit, and then Pomelo out of the new ones. I think that, no, I've got all of them. Saying that, I decided to keep all of them. Pomelo, oh my goodness, what a gorgeous, gorgeous summer peachy pink. And then Pomelo also in the powder I kept. Where are you? Here it is. Pomelo is so pretty. It's so pretty if you like a sort of peachy pink. Really, really stunning. I'm going to show it to you on top rather than under, and that's another really nice way. I'll show it to you on its own as well. I know these aren't good swatches with the mess, but you can see a full review of all of these. You can see shorts, reels with them on my channel, and you can see the long form videos. In fact, there's 2 parts of that video, so I really, as usual with you, I went to town. So the other one is, oh wait, what did I just show you? This is Dragon Fruit. What have I just shown you saying it's my favourite? I'm losing my marbles. I've just shown you, I don't know, I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about now because I think I've shown you the wrong powder, so I'm just going to stop before I confuse myself further. This one is Guava. This is like a natural red on me. I really, really like it, but you have to be a bit careful because it's quite deep. But these are for me, nothing looks as beautiful as a Dior blush in terms of how complimentary it is on your skin. They just, the finish of these powders and the creams together, every time I wear them, I get compliments on my skin. Every time I look in a mirror, I think, wow, my makeup's good today. And what's so impressive about these is when I go to bed at night, it's one of those things, I look in the mirror, I just think, wow, it still looks stunning. Why don't I wear this every day? So when I was on holiday, that's all I wore every day. Powder followed by stick, and the new shades are so good. I've got the other two sticks here, just very quickly show you. They're all staying in my desk anyway. So this one is the Goji. I don't wear this one as much, and I think this colour I'm probably more likely to want in autumn, winter, but plenty of pigment there. And then we have the same shade as the red here. So this one is the Guava, isn't it? It's called, yeah, Guava. Really running out of space now, but there it is. And if you want to see it on top of the way I like to do it, on top. They just make a beautiful combination. Look at that. Just look at it, isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I love them, and they've made me so happy. But I do have a downer on the Dior collection, and that was this Awful Mist, which is just, first of all, I feel like it's a jet spray to the face, and secondly, it's so sticky, I couldn't bear it. I don't even know what I'll do with it. I think the only thing I could do with this would be to use it as a refresher, possibly. Has it got any good things in it? It says 24-hour wear and hydration. If it's got any good skincare ingredients, I suppose I could use it as part of my skincare routine, but I'm going to level with you. I can see this just collecting dust. And possibly, very possibly, I'm putting it over there because it's, I don't know what to do with it for now. It's just, I don't know. It needs to go in my never use again pile, but I don't know where I'm going to keep it. So it's just, I don't know, it's just out of sight, out of mind, to be honest. But I think it could very, very well end up in my most hated makeup of the year. That's how annoyed I was with that one. Was there anything else from Dior that I tested? I don't think so. If I've forgotten something. We're getting towards the end of the video, and you're probably as tired as I am right now. But we're very nearly at the end. So let me plough on. Oh yeah, there was this one, the Lip Glow Butter. I got the most pigmented, which is the Goji. I'll put a bit on now actually, because I don't have much on my lips. It's nice. And you do get a fair bit of pigment with this one. It's just one of those products I think is nice. I love the packaging, but it's just nice. I'm not like, oh my goodness, I need all of them. And that's why I just got the one to show you, the deepest pigmented one out of the options they had, but that's about it really. When did I test this? I've got here the NARS Light Reflecting Stick, which I hated, but I've got a feeling I've already given this enough stick in last month's review. This was the highlighter stick that I thought was like a Vaseline. Oh, it's just awful. I don't think it should be here. The place this needs to go, you know, which might be my thinking, is alongside that Dior spray, so they can stay together and be used in my most hated makeup. I don't really know if that was from last month, but trust me, that was not, I just didn't like it. I know some people did, but it's just, ugh. This though, from Danessa Meyer X, this is her Infinity Colour Fix stick. So we have the, I took this on holiday and I wore this quite a lot on the eyes. And again, what did I use as my base? I used Charlotte Tilbury, the mink one I showed you as my favourite base. And I used this all over the lid. Quite a lot, look at that. I used it more than the other one. That's my favourite out of the two. Have they got their names on them? They have got names, these shades, haven't they? But I can't. So I won't try and read it now because I just want to wrap this video up. But the pink one, very pretty, but slightly more of a topper shade because it has less pigment. You can see it there, the Charlotte Tilbury, which has refused to move. Both of these work really well with that base shade, the mink. Yeah, I love it. And I've also got a pot for these because it's one of those products which deserves its own pot. So we have another nice mug I've got here, a pottery mug, which I've actually got Hand Beauty written on. I love this mug, but anyway, that's now become my Danessa Myrex mug. So my special sticks have their own mugs, which is Charlotte Tilbury and those. And now just to finish, this was something a bit of fun really. I got it thinking it's fun, but I also think they're really good. And that's from Sashu. And these are the Double Down Lip Definers. I have done a shorts reel of both of the shades here. They're the only shades I fancied, but these are just so unique and they actually work. So you line and fill with one of these because you get both. Can you see the smaller section there is the line? And if you see my videos, you'll see you just go across and it instantly lines the outer edge and it fills the middle and it works. They haven't got massive longevity, that's the only thing I would say, but when I wore this one here, so many people asked me, because I wore it in several videos, so many people asked me, what have you got on your lips? And it was this. I'm trying to see if I can read the shade. Glossed Over is the shade. This one's the mauvey sort of cool tone one. So I'll just show you the shades on my hand. So you can see the two there. That's the liner and that's the fill. They're really, really easy and they actually work. I thought it was gimmicky, but it's not. It's so easy as well. I love them. There we go. That is the end of my review. I haven't actually put many things on the left hand side. I've got the other shade of that NARS, which I'm going to leave over there as well. I'm going to keep the sachet on my desktop. But there we are, basket empty. So hopefully you've stuck with me through this because I haven't split it up into two as I usually do, so it's going to be a long one, but it's not too long in terms of previous videos where I've had to do two. So it's been a good month, especially with Dior, but I think next month is going to be very exciting as well because some of the things I've reviewed already coming up for June, like the Lisa Eldridge collection from the Marilyn Monroe collection, NATASHA, DENONA, Marc Jacobs. It's been quite a week since getting back from holiday, but I'm looking around at it all now, things I'll be testing out and talking about in a month's time. But it's been a lovely month and Dior is the standout of the month for me, standout of the year, as it was the year before. I love Dior, I love them, but they're cheap products. Oh my days. My top drawer is mostly Dior. It really is. In terms of blush anyway, nearly all Dior. Sorry, my battery died then, but I was just saying Chanel blushes have been put away because Dior blushes have taken over too much and I can't have a big selection of Dior. I can't not have a big selection of Dior in my drawer now because I have to go back to using so many of them because I love them. So I've got the new shades, plus I've brought back my favourites that were away. Toffee is one of my favourites, the lilac and the pink. I just love them in powders and in stick form, they are stunning. Anyway, so that's the end of this month's updates. I would love to hear your thoughts on everything I've tried today and any fails or successes or things you were thinking of getting, whatever you've got to say. I would love to hear your thoughts on your experiences. And if you have enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, I would be delighted if you did subscribe. But if you already are, you're at the end of another very long video, and I'm so grateful to you all. I really am, and I hope to see all of you again. But before I say that, I knew I'd forget this. If you're somebody who truly follows me, this is probably a good moment to say this. I forgot to say this, and I know it's only my true subscribers that are usually here at this point. So I need to say this. On my vlog channel, you may have noticed I put out a post saying I've now introduced memberships, and that is just on the vlog channel. This is something I toyed with doing on the beauty channel, and when I asked you, most of you said you didn't want it, and but then I keep getting messages from people asking me if I would do memberships where I could just basically talk about things that I wouldn't want to go out on general viewing. You know, not that it's going to be particularly private or overly embarrassing or anything like that, but if I put a video out that's very sort of personal, like very chatty, very, what's the word? I don't know, just me doing something very basic, I'm sure I would get a lot of comments from makeup review people who watch saying, why have you put that on your beauty channel? I haven't come here for that, blah, blah, blah. And having something like a membership enables me to create content for the people who do enjoy that, where it's more of a, not one-on-one, but it's more of a personal video. And that's why I've held back on lots of different types of content. But also I was never keen on having a membership on the beauty channel anyway. But now I've got the vlog channel. My vlog channel was monetized a few days ago, which I was over the moon about. I couldn't believe it. It happened so quickly, and I'm so grateful to everyone that's moved over to the vlog channel to help me get that. So one of the things that happens when you're monetized is you're asked if you'd like to do memberships, which I've never done before, and YouTube were being a bit more persuasive, shall we say, in trying it. So I read a bit more about it, and it basically gave me a suggestion. It said this is what you should do. You should offer 2-tier membership and offer 2 different perks, set of perks in both, and it recommended them, but I added more perks in, and that's what I've done basically. There's 2 tiers. I'm calling it the Kutch Club and the Inner Kutch Circle, I think. I can't even remember. I should know, shouldn't I? It's my membership, but anyway. Basically, the first one will give you access to things like photos that don't go on general release, and one-on-one chats or membership only chats. I can't remember the full list. I should just have it all here for you, shouldn't I? But please do head on over to my Han Does Vlogs channel, and from there you will be able to see the membership option. If you click on membership, then you will see the 2 different tiers. If you go for the full membership, I'm going to do more on there, like videos. Like I've just put one out now, trying out the Refi watercolour, because I'm going to do a full review of this here on my beauty channel, but I wanted to do a bit of a tester with it and sort of talk about why it's tricky for me and how it might work with other things in a bit more detailed way, in a bit more of a relaxed way. So that was my first membership video, so that's available now. I've uploaded it. But I'll also be, my son's getting involved in the channel now, if you didn't know, and he's going to be working with me on editing and all sorts of things, and he might do some videos, and some of it will be for the vlog channel, some of it will be for members only, so he's going to help work on that as well. So there will be things going up. It's about the dogs, it might be about my husband, it might be my husband cooking, it might be just a chatty one-on-one, it could be a live, it could be a long video on makeup, it could be anything basically. So instead of being specific to makeup, it's just those things. Do you know how often I sit there and think I would love to talk to a lot of my subscribers about that, but then I think there's so many subscribers who would just not be interested, and now I've got the opportunity to do it. So one of the reasons I've held off on memberships is because I don't like the idea of anyone having to pay to have access to my account, because it's free for you. But it's the only way to do it, to have that exclusivity. And also, if you do subscribe, I know that that means you must really enjoy my content, and you're not likely to be fed up with me if I'm doing those sorts of chatty, funny things, that because I know you're there for that reason. It means you're really there as a member because you love my channel and you love what I do. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to put into words. But financially for me, something I think a lot of people don't realise is membership doesn't really benefit you financially. YouTube says it does, but when you put out a video on membership, you can't have adverts, and the main source of income we get on YouTube is adverts. So this video, for instance, is monetized, and I earn from this video when it gets watched through the monetization. But when you put a video out as a membership only video, it's not monetized. So the only way you earn from membership is by people paying the monthly membership. And if I look at what I earn through that, it'll ultimately be a lot less than if I'd put the video out. Do you see what I mean? So it doesn't benefit me very much, if at all, unless I got 1 million members, which I know I won't. So, and it's very much a trial. I'm going to try all sorts there. I will definitely add quite a few things to it and give it a good run. If I think it's not working or not popular, I'll stop it. If I think it's good, I'll keep it going. I'll be very much led by you if you join and what you want. I've only had 2 people join in the first 24 hours, which is fantastic. And if you're one of those 2, welcome. I'm delighted to have you there. But it could just be that we don't get more than 2. It could be that we get 200. It could be that we get 10. I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm hoping it stays quite small, even though that's going against my whole business brain of, I don't have a business brain, that's the problem. The business brain I should have, which should be saying, Hannah, you should get 1 million, because obviously that would be great. But I don't want that. I want it to be a bit exclusive and small, and a group of people who, I don't know. You know who you are if you want to join, because I think there's a few of you that I've got to know very well, and it'd be nice to have that sort of exclusive group, I think. And I don't know. I'm waffling now. I'm finding it really hard to describe what I'm trying to say and what I mean, but that's what I've done. And I hope you understand what I'm trying to put across, because I'm struggling to find the right words. But anyway, you now have that availability on my vlog channel. If you have any trouble finding it, or you want a link for the channel, or you want a link for the membership, let me know if you can't find it and I'll send it to you. Just probably the best place to do that is on Instagram. So if you message me on Instagram, han.beauty101, and I'll send it to you there. But yeah, if we can build a little membership group and do some things on there, I would love to. But if it doesn't work, that's fine too. I won't be upset. I'll be guided by what you want ultimately. It's a bit of a trial. I've got sort of ideas of how it could be fantastic, but I don't know, and you'll decide if it will work or won't, and I won't be hurt in the slightest if none of you do, so don't feel you have to by any means, okay? Anyway, that's enough. I need to stop waffling and leave you all to it, and I will go now. So I will say that goodbye and hopefully see you in the next one. Take care everybody. Bye.